So Dave Allen has given an interview with IFL TV. He is back in kind of the boxing forums, or should I say the boxing kind of journalism circle now, after his defeat to David Price there back in July. We haven't really heard much of Dave Allen since then. You know, he's been not too vocal on social media. It's been really kind of, just been quiet since that whole David Price defeat. And it was a pretty bad defeat. You know, he was beaten from pillar to post in that fight. Eventually had to quit after 10 rounds. And really, I don't want to say he failed to live up to the hype, because there wasn't that much hype around Dave Allen in terms of his skill set, but I think most people felt he would have beaten David Price. Obviously, Price, he was able to pull it out of the bag, and, he gave Dave Allen a bit of a beating in that fight. Obviously, since then, there's been calls for Dave Allen to maybe look at his career, maybe think about retiring. He was meant to be on, I think he was meant to be out this month on a show, but obviously he decided to pull off that show. Well, he's now been back on IFL and saying that he will be willing to challenge Daniel Dubois next for the British heavyweight and Commonwealth title, I should say, heavyweight title. Okay, now Frank Warren has said, he is happy to make that fight if that's what Dave Allen wants. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know they were talking about Dave Allen being Joe Joyce's pro debut fight. I think at one stage he was actually being talked about as being a potential opponent for Daniel Dubois. This is back when Dave Allen was kind of, having an in-between fight and then would take on a big name or a big fight like Luis Ortiz, like a Dylan White, like a Tony Yoka. They were looking to get him in there with Dubois. So for whatever reason, them fights never materialised, and now, towards the end of his career, you would have to imagine now Dave Allen is looking to get one of them fights. He's looking to maybe just try and chance it, try and cash out and see if he can capture that British title. Now, I've seen a lot of people in the comment section on the video he done on IFL, and I've also seen a lot of people on Facebook saying that they feel as though Dave Allen shouldn't fight again, that he really needs to pack this in and call it a day, that they've noticed that his speech is even starting to deteriorate a bit in the latest IFL interview. So before I started said I'd make this video, I went and I watched the video, watched it throughout, as I get a text there, watched it throughout, and basically I looked at that video, and I went back and watched one of his 2017 interviews. And in the 2017 interview, he sounds no different, realistically, than he does today. So some people have said they noticed him being a bit more punchy. I think that's just the way Dave Allen talks. He's got a very low demeanour. I think he just kind of stutters himself sometimes. I don't think he's necessarily sounding punchy. Getting hit in the head as much as Dave Allen does, I'd be surprised that he's not, seriously punchy. But he doesn't sound any worse than he did, I think, 2 years ago. I think people do tend to exaggerate it a little bit. You do see there are certain fighters, like we'll say Kevin Mitchell, when you watch interviews from them a couple of years ago and they sound normal, and you hear them in interviews today, even after they've retired, and, you are needing the translator to listen to them, they're that punchy. And to be fair, they've not taken near the abuse that Dave Allen's taken. So, for Dave Allen, I don't think he's necessarily punchy, but before he gets punchy, I would like to see him step out of the ring. I think that Dave Allen would make a fantastic analyst or a pundit, because he does seem to know a decent bit about boxing. He does. And I think that if he was to work Sky or something like that, I wouldn't mind tuning in to watch him. But in terms of him fighting, carrying on boxing, as I've said many times in videos, who am I to tell a fighter when they should and they shouldn't stop? But for health reasons, I wouldn't be against seeing Dave Allen pack it in. He's never fought for a British title, and he has 2 houses. Or let that sink in. He's never fought for a British title. The guy has 2 houses. That's the purchase you get at heavyweight. And him against Daniel Dubois is a killer. Alright, Daniel Dubois, make no mistake about it, Daniel Dubois is a mean guy. He may only be 22 years old. He is a mean guy. He won't take any prisoners. And I think that if you put Dave Allen in there with Daniel Dubois, Dave Allen with his lack of defense, with his inability to get away from a jab, and Daniel Dubois has a very good jab, I think that's a recipe for disaster. I don't see that ending well for Dave Allen, and Daniel Dubois, although Allen's been stopped, I think Daniel Dubois may be the first person to really put an exclamation point on Dave Allen and, knock him out clean, because I just don't see that ending well at all for Dave Allen. So I wouldn't want to see him fight Daniel Dubois. I really think Dave Allen should seriously consider going down the route of maybe, pundit or boxing analyst, because he does seem to know a good bit about the sport. Genuinely. In terms of just him fighting Dubois, oh boy, that could get very ugly. And Dave Allen seems like a likeable guy, and you don't want to see fighters get injured badly in the ring. We seen that fighter Patrick Day get badly knocked out the other night on the USEC card, and now he's in a coma fighting for his life. You don't want to see that. It's always going to happen in a sport like boxing, but you don't want to see it. And you definitely don't want to see a fighter where he had the chance to live with his faculties, maybe stay on one fight too much. That's the difference between him talking with a slur and him not talking with a slur. So personally, I would like to see Dave Allen kind of just take a break or get out of boxing now at this stage, look maybe another avenue. But at the end of the day, as I said, who am I to say what he can and can't do? If he is keen on taking this Daniel Dubois fight, if it's offered, and Daniel Dubois' team want it, it's more than likely going to happen, to be honest with you. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think. Would you like to see Dave Allen versus Daniel Dubois? And if you did, how do you think it would go? Me personally, Daniel Dubois every day of the week. He would beat the bricks off Dave Allen, in my opinion. Just beat the bricks off him. But, as I said, it is just my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Obviously, subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will talk to you after.